Welcome to AARP Illinois' virtual event. It's so wonderful to have you with us. AARP is on a mission to connect with individuals across various communities, especially those aged 50 and above. We're here to listen, understand, and address the unique needs of you and your community as we age. Our goal is to enrich your experience by expanding our local activities, providing opportunities for you to discover and engage with all that life has to offer right here in your own community and virtually. As we journey through today's event, we invite you to consider joining our dedicated team of AARP volunteers. It's a chance to make a meaningful impact and help us better serve those 50 plus across the nation. Connect with us and be a part of this vibrant movement toward positive change. Welcome, and let's make this event both fun and transformative.
Right. Welcome to Championing Excellence, an exclusive conversation with Coach Teaspoon, sponsored by AARP Illinois. My name is Pam Jackson. I am a proud member and volunteer for AARP, and I am thrilled to be leading this discussion today with Coach Teaspoon. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for making time. We know how busy you are, so on behalf of myself and AARP, I really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
I want to make sure I give you the introduction that you are due and are deserving of. So I want to make sure people know who you are. So I'm just going to take a little bit of time just to talk about you real quick. So Teresa Weatherspoon, affectionately known as Teaspoon, is someone that personifies championing excellence. And as an example, I just want to go through a few of your career highlights. I can only go through a few. I couldn't do them all because we would be here all day. But I just want to make sure people understand a little bit about who you are and what your accomplishments are from a player and professional standpoint. So Teaspoon was a gold medalist for Team USA in 1988, a Division I champion with Louisiana Tech. In 1988, played on one of the fiercest women's basketball team in Division I at the time. Took her team to 4 Final Fours, I believe, and finally won it in 88. Two-time All-American in 1987 and 88. One of the original WNBA players when the league was launched in 1997 and started out with the New York Liberty, and made an immediate impact on your team and the league by being announced two-time Defensive Player of the Year. I believe you led the league in steals and assists multiple times, 5-time WNBA All-Star, a Naismith Hall of Famer in 1991. And I know on the coaching side, you got to coach your alma mater, Louisiana Tech, as an assistant and a head coach. Was recently, before your current role, a assistant with the New Orleans Pelicans in the NBA, and now coach of Chicago Sky. Just wanted to make sure I gave you the due that you deserve so that people know that we are meeting with greatness and with a legend today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
Well, I want to say welcome to Chicago, to my city. I was born and raised in Chicago. So happy to hear that you are here, and just want to know, have you had a chance to enjoy the city yet?
I haven't really gotten out as much as I'm going to, due to the draft, making sure we're doing our stuff there and taking care of our young ladies who had been overseas, and then just kind of getting myself accustomed to what was necessary to build a staff. Which was big. I think that was one of the biggest parts that was standing out. And then to basically sit alone and build culture, thoughts, ideas, to be well organized and structured when our young women do, land back in Chicago and ready to go. But I did get out at least once in Chicago on my own. got it on my own, and I want to get out and see how the city grinds. And I had me an architectural tour, and it was absolutely amazing. I just happened to have picked the wrong day. It was pretty cold.
You did the boat tour on
The boat tour.
Awesome. That's a great way to explore the city and a great way to get familiar with the city. There's so much here to do, and I know once you have time that you will have a chance to enjoy the city, and that the city is going to embrace you just the way you embrace the city. I want to jump into a little bit about your career, and maybe you could tell folks what inspired you to pursue a career in basketball, and just what were some of the challenges you had to overcome to be successful.
Well, I'm the baby of 6, and I'm from a family of just athletes. A lot of us are really, really good at what we do, and our father was an amazing athlete. Our mother was a grand champion as a drum majorette, so champion blood was running through our family. So me being the baby and having an opportunity to watch and see, I got everything from my family. My family inspired me to be who I am, my drive, my determination, to want something, to want to be great at it, to find excellence. I knew I couldn't catch perfection, but I knew I could chase excellence. And anything, if you talk about maybe my struggle, is because I often wondered, being from a place of, at the time, a little over 1,000 people, and right now it's under 1,000 people where I'm from, would I ever be seen? Would someone ever see me? And I was so lucky to have a high school coach who had just done so much in her life that she wanted to coach me to get me the exposure from where I was living, so people could get an opportunity to see me. And I was lucky to be able to have that. And just those moments of not knowing if I would be seen, with somebody give me the opportunity, being from a small place, just wanted the opportunity. And I just so happened to be blessed to have a coach come in who had done those things and knew exactly how to help me with exposure.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Can you share a memorable moment from your playing career that had a significant impact on you?
Probably can't pinpoint anything, but I probably can. Maybe I can go back to when I was maybe a junior in high school with this same coach that I'm speaking about, that came to coach me and to help guide me in this game that she had done so much in. Actually being kicked off the team. And she was very calm, never yelled, just a great calm demeanor. And I was one of those kids who thought I knew it all, one of those hotheads that wasn't listening, wasn't paying attention, just playing the game and not knowing that I don't really know how to play the game. Your gift was your gift, so you could do certain things, but there's things about the game that you must know to be even better at the game, to utilize your gift in it, because you know it now. She kicked me off the team and would not let me back on. And my mother got me back on the team, with Coach Swindell being as close as she was to all of us as players and close to my family. And my mother realized and recognized that for 3 days straight, that I wasn't where I always am, and that was in the gym. And she asked me what was going on, and I told her, she kicked me off the team. I actually broke down and started crying, but I had my shoulders all broad in the beginning, until she showed me that I'm not bigger than this game. I'm not bigger than the growth that's ahead of me. I need to be great at being a great listener, a great doer, paying attention to what my career could be. And my mother took me back in the gym and asked her to take me back. And if she did, she could do whatever she wanted to do to me. And she ran me like nobody's business. But that was a major lesson for me at that moment. And no other coach has ever had an issue with me, because I learned a lesson at a very young age of how it must be, how structured and organized it must be, how professional you have to be if you want to learn and grow at all times. And that was a major lesson for me to be ready for the next coach to come. And she was the one who caught me in my growing days, my influential times, and she led me.
Wow, sounds like it was the experience you needed at the right time.
I did. I needed it, and it came hard. Some of your lessons come that way. Lessons come really, really hard. Some people failed the test. I didn't want to fail the test. I wanted that lesson to be something that I never wanted to go back to, but I wanted to learn from.
That's a very inspirational story. What makes this opportunity right now with Chicago Sky the right role for you at this time in your career?
When you've put in the time, the effort, and you've been under so many different experiences and leaderships, and you've learned a lot, not just as a player, but you've done it on the coaching side, and you know how to lead. You're ready to lead. I believe I believe I'm a born leader. I believe that's a gift that God has given to me. And I think that I had no problem at putting in the time. I had no problem at putting in the work. You just want to be recognized for that work and being given an opportunity for the seat. And I was given the opportunity at the right time when I knew I was ready. I knew I was ready. And I was given this opportunity, and I'm going to take full advantage of it and do it like the city does it.
Man, we are so glad you are here, Coach. I mean,
Thank you. Thank you.
we were ready for you, and I know you're ready for us.
I am. I'm thankful for the acceptance. I'm thankful for the belief, and that's something that's all you want is that moment to be accepted and believed in, that you can get the job done. I believe in giving everything I have, because this isn't about me. This isn't about me. This is about these young women who are young, who are fighting for things that they want out of this game and out of life. It is not about the X's and O's for me.
Yeah.
The X's and O's is going to be simple. It's going to be simple. They're gifted. They're incredible athletes, and I'm going to teach them and coach them up to the best of my ability. But the most important thing for me is relationships. Relationships, getting to know their why, getting to know what makes them go, and for them to know in all that we do that I'll protect you. In all that we do, I want everything for you. But in all that we do, I'm going to push you with everything in me to your why. And your why makes us great in our why.
Wow.
So it's important that we have a relationship which will carry on for a very long time. And that's what I'm in it for, is longevity. And if you can have those rough moments of a player really understanding that you have their back because you care more about a relationship in the right way, to lead them in the right way, you can have the most uncomfortable conversations, the most uncomfortable. And and the child or the athlete or the woman or the man will understand that this is from a very good place. It's from a good place because I want nothing but greatness from you.
Well, and I can feel that this is who you are authentically. And when you are your authentic self, that really resonates with people.
Well said.
So that leads into, how do you approach building team chemistry and fostering a winning culture within your coaching style?
Well, I think when you take a look, especially when you mention the word culture and chemistry, you actually, when you see the players as a part of the roster, see the players that are part of the organization, there goes your culture. People are the culture. And you find those who fit what you want. You don't, it doesn't matter how talented you might be. If that player does not fit the culture that you're looking for, and how we conduct ourselves, how professional we are, that we're family first, and we're going to respect the game, and we're going to give everything that we have every single day. If that doesn't fit our culture and how we conduct ourselves on and off the floor, it doesn't fit here. It just doesn't fit here. And it doesn't, nothing against you, but this is our culture. This is how we handle ourselves. But the culture you will see in the people that we bring on board. The atmosphere, the environment that you see, that's us as coaches walking in. Our young women will see what the atmosphere is. The atmosphere is energy. The atmosphere is effort. The atmosphere is enthusiasm. The atmosphere is determination. The atmosphere is desire. The atmosphere is a want for greatness every single day. Every day we walk in, we come in to master something. We don't come in just to come in. We come in with a plan. There's always a plan ahead. Just the way the coaches make a plan for practice, there's a plan that you walk into with practice. What are you coming to master? What are you coming to be better at? I want my players to understand every day you walk in here, have a plan for yourself, because we're going to have a plan in here. But in that self plan, how does it fit into what we do? It is about a we more than a me.
Wow, I love that. I love that. And to your point, you know, it's no disrespect. Everybody doesn't fit, isn't a piece in the puzzle that you're building, in the puzzle that you're creating for your team to be great. And that doesn't mean that they can't be a great puzzle fit somewhere else. If you're building this puzzle, you're going to find the right pieces to pull the team together. We love that. I love that.
Absolutely. Because there's no judgment here. No, I don't believe in being judgmental. I don't believe in being judgmental. All I'm saying is I'm finding what must fit here. What must fit here is what I want. All I want is a player who says, I want to be here. I want to be here. And then they carry themselves the way that we handle ourselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks for that. Considering you were a defensive force, and I'm using the word force lightly, I'm gonna say beast. Let's be real. I mean, you 5'8", you about my height. I mean, first of all, Coach, I've been watching you since I was in high school. You're just a little bit older than me, but I've been watching you since you were at Louisiana Tech, and you're not the tallest person, but you will guard anybody on the court, anybody and everybody, and give them the business. And with that type of background, I would imagine that the Chicago Sky may have a defense first sort of mentality.
Well, that's where we'll hang our hat.
Yeah.
We will hang our hats on the defensive side of the ball. And it's a way that you do that. Young women have to buy into how you want to play. And we want to be the aggressors, but we want to do it in the right way. We don't want to be a team that's overly aggressive and out of control. We want to be a team that's aggressive, being disruptive, and making things difficult is what we want to do. We want to excite people by the way we play on the defensive side of the ball. And we want to be excited to play on the defensive side of the ball. We want to be excited to go get a stop. Just excited as you are to go get a bucket, be just as excited to go and get a stop, because we'll team up defensive stops, offensive runs. And if we can get stops and go run, it's gonna make it very difficult for people. And it's a mindset. Defense is a mindset. And we want to have that mindset of, hey, we rather be on defense first than offense. We want to start the show. We want to kick it off. We're gonna kick it off by letting you know just how difficult it's gonna be on the defensive side of the ball. But yes, we will be pretty doggone aggressive on that side of the ball.
Leading into that, what are your thoughts on the growing excitement and interest in women's basketball, particularly women's college basketball? And, let's throw it out to you. You got 2 young people joining our team that are a part of that new generation, that new force and new energy that are bringing a lot of excitement to women's college, not just the women's college basketball, but women's basketball in general. What is your thoughts about this current level of excitement, and how do we continue to leverage that and transition that into the WNBA?
Well, it has been exciting to watch what they've done, what they've accomplished, and got more viewership, more eyes up on the game. People are seeing the game from their lens in a different way now, and it's a great thing to see and to watch. It's the sellouts, the many sellouts that were happening, and it's a great thing. Especially, I'm one who always think of those that we stand on, the shoulders that we stand on, and things that they've done for us to be able to do what we do. I don't forget the history. I don't forget what they've done, and even this past season in the WNBA, viewership was off the roof. It was off the roof. The gyms arenas were packed. People were in there. What happened this year collegiately is they got more. It was extra. It was extra that they added to people putting their eyes on the game. It's exciting for people. I mean, people that I've been speaking to that don't even watch women's basketball or have something negative to say about women's basketball, but now you're on board. So you're that now person. We've been in here for that thing, that whole walkthrough, that whole path, that hard path that people before us, those before us, had to pay for us to be on this path. And I would never, ever, ever forget what they've done. I will always acknowledge what they've done, because what they've done has given us the opportunity to bring that viewership to life.
Absolutely. And I love it, the now person. I might have to steal that from you.
Now, they're the now people, so I don't even acknowledge that.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you share any advice for aspiring young athletes that aim to reach the professional level in basketball?
Yeah, it's about being honest about what it takes to reach this level. Every level is a different level, from middle school to high school to college basketball to professional level. It's a different level every time you step into it, but it's all about the work that you put in. What type of work are you putting in to reach the next level? Are you okay with what you did at that level to get to the next level? It doesn't work that way. It's a lot of work that has to be put in, because the next level is like lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my, am I prepared for that cage? Am I prepared for that type of cage and get in there and battle with those lions, tigers, and bears? Oh my, am I prepared? Preparation is key. It's not about just trusting and believing I can move to the next level. What I've done here, I got to move to the next level by adding additions. There's additions to my game to be ready for the next level. The next level professionally is a little bit different every time you step in, because every freaking night is somebody just as good that you have to go against. There's no time off. No time off. So there's work that have to be done. There's a level of preparation that has to send you to exhaustion, send you to a place that you never thought you could go to. You cannot be complacent. You got to want more every single time you step between the four lines. Every time you step into a gym, you got to want more. Preparation to the next level is key.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I was having a conversation with a friend about just how few, a lot of people now, they don't understand how few teams there are in the WNBA and how many players there are across those teams. And I think it's 144 now. The level of commitment and the level of excellence that you have to be in order to be a WNBA player. And when you played, it was even smaller. I mean, can you just talk a little bit about, again, what does that take in order to be, just what type of also mindset it takes to be one of so few in the world doing what you guys do?
Yes, I can take it back a little bit for you, because before the W, there was the Olympic team. And just imagine how many of us wanted to be Olympians and how great across the board that women are in this game. And we were only coming from the collegiate level at that time, only from the collegiate level. And you look at these women and you're like, oh my God, can I make it? It's only 12. It's only 12. Only 12 of those. Now you're talking about 12 teams at 144 people. 144 women are playing this game with 12 teams. And just imagine how many of us can't make it. Can't make it. And they're just as gifted.
Yes.
Just as gifted. Sometimes it's the numbers. Sometimes it's just that the opportunity didn't go your way or things didn't fall your way. It is a tough situation because there's so many other women. I wish we had a sisterhood league where there's even more women who were playing, because it's not just 144.
No.
Those are the ones that you see that have made it into this league. Oh, but it's 144 over here, 144 over there, 144 over there, 144 back there. We're gifted in this game, but it's only 144. So as you're preparing, trying to get to this position, this spot, what's your preparation? What's your mindset? How dedicated are you? How committed are you? What is your mindset? What do you think?
And my hope is, I think everyone's hope is that as the excitement continues to build and rise, that there will be more investment in the league, more teams, and then more opportunities, so that it will be more than 144. And imagine if you had a developmental league like the G League, where ladies wouldn't have to necessarily go overseas to continue to develop and to build and to hone their craft. I'm hopeful that we're going to see that in our lifetime, and I'm really excited about the excitement that is being generated. And thank you for all that you've done to help build this league and just to build the excitement around women's basketball, because you are, to your point, one of the pioneers and one of the originals.
Thank you so much.
I got another question. I want to leave you with, and just I want to know, like, what's the legacy that you hope to leave behind in basketball as both a coach and a player?
I often, when I'm asked that question, I'm always thinking, and my legacy, my mom, my dad, my last name, and how I carry it. My sisters, my brothers, how I carry it. My legacy. They are my legacy. My job is to make sure that I carry us in the right way, that I represent us the way we were taught. And that's caring for people, loving people, guiding people, being good to people, being respectful to people. But at the same time, everybody that I touch, everybody that I'm around, everybody that I get an opportunity to speak with, hopefully that I can leave it better than what I approached.
Wow, it's amazing. Well, you have absolutely, and on the way to doing even more as coach of the Chicago Sky. I know I'm excited, and a lot of people will be watching the team this year. And I get the feeling you guys are going to surprise some people. I'm just getting that feeling. I know you're a dog, and I know you're building the team to have some dogs. And I think people are going to come into Chicago thinking it's easy. I heard an interview where you said you will not use the word rebuild, and I love that you are growing the team, that you guys got the seeds, you've got a foundation, and you just watering it and fertilizing and growing something that's going to be really special here.
That's it. That's the name of the game, is to come in and do it our way. We can't come in here and be any other team. We can only be who we are. And things are going to be said. People aren't gonna see you like everybody else might see you, or the way we see ourselves, and that's okay. Others have expectations of you, but we live in expectations that we have of ourselves, and that we can live with. But we're okay with what others might think. I'm okay with that, and I accept that. But we will work every day to be the best versions of ourselves, and not to prove to anyone, it's to prove it to ourselves.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you for your time. I know how busy you are.
Thank you.
I couldn't imagine a better person to talk to about championing excellence. I mean, you personify excellence as a leader. I know you've always been seen as just an amazing teammate. You are a winner, and clearly I cannot wait to see the things that you do with the Chicago Sky. Again, thank you, and thank you on behalf of AARP Illinois for making time for this conversation today.
And I thank you for having me. I thank you for your interest in our young women as they continue to grow as young women and as players. Thank you for just putting us out there and keeping us out there, because it's important to the growth of our young people. And I have to say this because I think sometimes we get so involved in what must be done and said in the media and how you must conduct yourselves with what you might have to report and da-da-da-da. But I think what we fail to realize is these are young women that we are helping to grow and to live this life in the right way. So we must start to do things just a tad bit better to make sure that we lead them in the right ways. Make sure that they know that they can. Make sure that they know that they're worthy. Make sure that they know that they're valuable. Those things are important to me as I move in what I do. And I hope and pray that someday that everybody else will start to see how young these people are, how young these women are, and their grit and their grind is real. But at the same time, push the grind, don't pull the grind away.
Man, thank you, Coach. Thank you for the time. Thank you for being you. And I wish you and the Chicago Sky an amazing season.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much. God bless. Thank you, Pam.